Yeah.
Giggs. Giggs. No. Rhodri.
Is there anything that Lionel Messi is better than you at?
It's opinions. I respect your opinions. Maybe in your opinion, Messi is better than me, but in my mind, I'm better than him.
I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go add up. Like scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much. I just hit the money and go stack up. Only buy Carhartt cards and get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up,
Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to acepodcastnation, the home of Rhodri Giggs on football. We are here to talk all things football. After a week off, I had a concussion. Rhodri had COVID, but we are back, and nothing's happened in that couple of week period. It's pretty boring. Don't know what we're going to talk about this evening. It's no news. But apart from that, as always, I am joined by the man himself, ex-Salford City, Bangor City, Aberystwyth Town, Mosley, and a few other clubs. Mr. Rhodri Giggs, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good. Just finally feeling like myself. But yeah, sweet. Quiet week, so nothing missed.
Nothing to talk about, mate. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, you're a United fan. Speaking from like non-Manchester United perspective, right? I actually feel a bit sorry for Erik ten Hag in some ways. In other ways, I don't, but in some ways, I do. And it was weird because that West Ham game, which was clearly like the final nail in the coffin, United missed. They should have been 4 or 5 up in the first half. He can't control that.
2 or 3.
Mate, they were like, oh yeah, say 3. There's 3 clear-cut chances, and to me, it's like, he can't control that. He set them up in a way that they create the clear-cut chances. The players don't take them. And then you have the weird VAR thing. But then,
that's come before. It's obviously the shit that's come before it, and it's the defeats, the constant defeats, the 14th in the table.
Yeah. And that's what I meant, the other side of it.
His players not performing. So I say we'll give him till Christmas. I can't really argue with it. You can't really come with it. He's had enough time. It's a shame, but yeah, gold handshake, 10 million quid.
Shit.
Cheers, 2 trophies. It's not a complete tragedy.
No.
You know, he brought Kobe Manu through, Garnacho, and there are some good players still there. So.
What I will say, mate, is I think Ineos have been very, very clever in a couple of things they've done. So, number one, I don't think for a second that they sacked Ten Hag and then went, Ruben Amorim, do you fancy the job? I think that's been in the pipeline probably since the summer. But what is very interesting to me is in the summer, United signed De Ligt and Lenny Yoro when they already had, you know, Martinez, Maguire, Johnny Evans, Lindelof. And all right, you could argue that maybe one of them or 2 of them could have gone. But it did feel weird.
We still need 4 or 5 centre halves.
No, I get that.
They're like 3 of the centre halves out. Saliba's out, Gabriel's out, someone else out. But yeah, you still have 4 or 5. So,
but not just that,
right.
mate.
All I'd say is you need to still get rid of Lindelof.
Yeah, but then I also think You know, they brought in Ugarte, very, very clever signing. For the system that Ruben Amorim is going to play, they seem to almost have a lot of the players that will fit that system perfectly. It will be interesting what he does, mate, because, look, I know traditionally Man United have not played with 3 at the back, and it's not really a Premier League thing. But they haven't brought him in to say, you've got to play the way we tell you. He's going to come in, he's going to play the way he plays. He's been very successful at it. I think it's an excellent appointment. And out of all the other, I couldn't see an obvious candidate. And as soon as I saw that they were linked to him, I thought that makes sense. That's clever appointment.
Well,
I think
Manchester United have always been associated with, you know, wingers, but mostly it's attacking football. So he does a very attacking football.
Yes, he does.
You have to change the times. So yeah, he's got a very, very, very good record. It's just, you know, some of these players, you know, it's the eyes are on him now.
Yeah. Well, mate, I'll tell you something. His system will get the very best out of Lenny Yoro, De Ligt, Martinez. It will get the very best out of Ugarte. It will get the very best out of Mainu.
That's why he went to Paris Saint-Germain from Sporting Lisbon, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. It will also get the best out of Rasmus Højlund. Do you know who I think it might not get the best out of? Is Marcus Rashford, which will be interesting, unless he plays as a striker, because Bruno's going to be one of the 3. Rasmus is going to be the main one, and then it's who's going to be that third one, because he generally plays with 2 kind of number 10s, and you've got Mason Mount, you've got Zirkzee.
That's where I thought he was going with this. Marcus Rashford has played number 10 before. He's played it for England, and he scored. He played very well. He can play there. And he'd be dangerous there. It's just getting him on board. But this might be what he needs, because he hasn't got his back to goal. He's getting it in spaces. It's just if he buys into it. But he has played number 10 before.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the way that Amorim sets up, he very much plays the ball into, like, if you look at how Gyökeres has scored so many goals, they play into the channels, and they want the striker to get in behind and run the channels, and the 2 10s.
Rashford can do that.
Rashford and Garnacho, Højlund, they all thrive on that. The one thing I potentially see as an issue is that you haven't got a left wing back. Do you know who might? And this is going to sound stupid, and I know people will mock this. But you know who I think got an opportunity?
We have got 2. They're not injured. They're injured.
Yeah, but he can't do anything with them because they're injured.
We can't bring anyone in or buy anyone.
So I think he might end up playing that young lad who we talked about before. I've forgotten his name.
Said this before.
Hamas. But you know who I think might have an opportunity, but I don't think he's got the mentality to do it. Someone who I think has got the opportunity to revitalise their career in United and at United under this manager, if he was open to it, is Anthony. I think Anthony has the skill set to play on that left-hand side in that system. But I don't think he's got the mentality to buy into it and do it. He's got all the skills to do it, mate.
Right, works hard. Do it then. Can't do it.
But he's got the football.
He hasn't got the mentality to defend. Yeah. He can do it. Yeah, has he got the capability to do it?
I think he
probably, but he's erratic defending.
I think he would. Well, you see how he played, how he took his toys out of pram.
That's what a good coach is going to do. He's going to adapt his players the way he wants to play. If they either adapt or they don't, they either play or they don't. But he's got a lot to work with. So
yeah, I think a lot of the players suit the system. Casemiro, Ugarte, Mainu, Ericsson, they all suit the system. It's whether it's those wing back areas. Who's going to, Dallo, I suppose, will play to one side. But Mazraoui's pretty good. But long term, it'll be interesting what he does. And what I like about him, mate, is when Sporting had some suspensions and injuries earlier this season, and he felt like he didn't have the players to play his system, he switched it up to a 4-2-3-1. So he is flexible, which is one of the things that I think let Ten Hag down a lot was that he was very one-track mind in how he wanted to play. And have your system, have your way of playing.
A lot of them are like that. Angie's like that a bit, isn't it? Angie, what Tottenham's manager? Yeah, not fun.
But you need to be flexible, don't you?
You've got to be able to adapt. Yeah, you've got to be able to adapt. You have to, especially at this level. So if you don't, you're going to get found out sometimes.
It's Ineos' first big decision, isn't it? Really, like sacking Ten Hag and bringing Ruben Amorim in instead of a Tuchel or someone like that.
No, not really. Well, you say that, but they made a total backroom staff change in the summer. That's a big change. That's a big shout.
Do you think because he's bringing three coaches and
you don't agree with that? No.
I mean, it is a change, but I think that was done partially with the idea that Ten Hag might move on and they need Van Nistelrooy to take over. I think that was in mind. I think Ineos.
So in your view, they brought Van Nistelrooy back for 2 games or 3 games.
No. I think they brought him in to be a coach. He's a good coach, and I think he's been working with the players, and he was brought in to do that kind of Steve McLaren role almost, where he's a bit closer to the players because Ten Hag's a bit cold.
I'll say it again. If I'm coaching or I'm a manager and I've got my backroom staff and they get fired and someone else comes in, that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, but McLaren left for the Jamaica job, and the other coach left for another job, and obviously Benny McCarthy left for whatever reason. But 2 of the coaches left for other jobs, so that there was always going to have to be new coaches coming in to replace them. It's just who they were. Yeah. Now, what will be interesting is Ruben Amorim is bringing, I think it was 3 coaches and an analyst with him. Where do, particularly the ones who came in the summer, so Van Nistelrooy and is it Hake? I forget his name. The other coach, they've only just come in the summer. Do they stick around? Are they part of his team? Like Van Nistelrooy said last night, he will do whatever is needed. He just wants to be involved. Do you think he ends up staying in some capacity, Van Nistelrooy?
By the sounds of what he's saying, yes, but does he need 4 backroom staff?
I mean,
maybe they find a job for him elsewhere. I don't know, but by the words by what he sounds quite confident he's going to be staying on. So we'll just have to wait and see, mate.
I think I think it's not the worst idea when you're a new manager coming to a new team in a new country and you want to implement your style and the way you do things, of course. But it's not the worst thing to have someone who's already got a link to the squad.
No,
players, but also knows the football club probably as good as anyone.
Well, there's people in the backroom staff that probably know more, but probably know more. But you can get rid of Darren Fletcher. He didn't do anything anyway. So,
would you what do you make as a United fan? What do you make of Ruben Amorim coming in? He looks like he's going to be in the international break. So he'll have that 2-week period to work with the team before the Ipswich game. Do you think it's a good appointment? Are you excited by it? Are you underwhelmed? Where do you stand on it?
Stand on what?
On the appointment of Ruben Amorim.
Like you say, what you said, it's a good appointment. He's up and coming. He seems like a very, very good coach. So,
is there anyone that you would have preferred?
No. Sorry, dog's winding me up. No. Like I say, he's got a very good record across Europe as well. It's a good appointment. He's had a good good stint and a lot of money spent. I'm with 14th, mate. So
yeah, I think from Ten Hag's point of view, it was untenable. You cannot be a Manchester United, finish 8th last year, and that's the thing. They finished 8th in the league last year, lowest ever finish in the Premier League. And then to follow that up, being 16th or 14th, whatever, going into November, it's just not acceptable. Like, it's not. I do feel for him a little bit because I think certain players weren't giving 100%, shall we say? But that comes with managing the squad. Like, you've got to be able to manage these personalities, and maybe at certain point,
who's not giving him 100%, mate?
You don't think, or you think last year? I don't want to dig out individuals, but like, you don't think last year Marcus Rashford gave 100%?
But he's been like that for a lot of managers. That's how he goes. So that's not the manager. That's the pattern of the player. So in my eyes, because I've seen it with Mourinho. I've seen it with Mourinho. Van Gaal, who brought him through. Seen it with Mourinho. Seen it with Solskjaer at the end. Now another manager. So we keep playing with managers.
I do agree with you, but isn't that the manager's job to motivate all the players? Their different personalities, their different things.
Yeah, you can motivate people, but you can't make people smile or look happy. That's out of them. All accounts that he's laughing and cheering and smiling on the training ground. As soon as he comes to Old Trafford, it looks like someone's died. We don't want to be there. So which one is it, Marcus? You happy or you sad? Which one is it? Because by all accounts on the training ground, you cheery, happy, always smiling, laughing, joking. As soon as you come to Old Trafford, as soon as the cameras are there, moody, Marcus. Which one is it?
So, how much of the way it's gone under Ten Hag? Ten Hag won a couple of trophies. How much of his failure or his sacking or whatever you want to call it is on him, and how much is it on the players? Because the players never get sacked, do they? Let's be honest. It's always the manager.
Well, some of them have, because we try to get rid of him. The Marshalls of the world, all these players who go on. And then you get rid of players like homegrown Scott McTominay, who go on and are doing what he's doing. So, I've got even a question.
I mean, is it on him? Is it on Ten Hag, the failure to not get where he wanted to get and where the club wanted to get, or is it on the players? Or is it both?
It's on the manager. He's been here 2 years? Still couldn't tell you how they play. Well, I could, boring as fuck. Yeah, you say it's attacking football. He hasn't scored more than 2 goals for I don't know how long. Or if you do, and when you do concede, you concede an hatful. Team just fold like a deck of cards. So it's supposed to be progression every season, not the other way down. At the biggest club, argue the biggest club in the world. Any other club, he'd have gone fucking a year ago. Let's be honest. He'd have gone a year ago. So yes, I wanted to probably to stick out because that's what we do with the managers. But keep getting beat. There's only one way you're going to go. Result business, and you're at a big club. And sometimes you just chatting rubbish. With
hindsight,
but the players have let him down. Like I say, if they win 3-0 on Saturday, he's still in the job.
Yeah, that's very, very true. With that being said, with everything that being said,
and sorry to interrupt, with a favourable run now.
Yeah.
They've got Chelsea, but they've got Leicester at home. They've got another European home game. They've got Ipswich, and I think they've got Southampton in the next 5 games, which are all winnable. There's 4 of them at home. So and the one away was Ipswich. So
yeah, Ipswich is the first game after the international break because that's going to be Amorim's first game. So with hindsight, mate, do you think they should have parted ways with Ten Hag after the FA Cup final win?
No, because that made a.
And I also should add to that. I think there was reasons last year.
I think they looked at it, but obviously this kid was available because he was, he's only 3 months on. So they obviously looked at this kid before, and obviously 3 months on, he's continued this success because he's flying in Portugal and flying in the Champions League. So they've just gone, right, yeah, you know what? This is our guy. Let's get rid. But he was obviously on the shortlist in the summer. But to answer your question, if you're real cutthroat, then yes. But I don't think it left people with a sour taste in people's United fans' mouth when a manager wins the FA Cup and then he's sacked the next day. It's it's not good. So they rewarded him. They rewarded him with another year as well, and he had to hit the ground running, and he didn't. So, a lot of defeats, 14th in the table. No, mate, this is not fucking Tottenham or fucking Everton or even them teams. Their managers would have been 14th. They'd have been gone. Do you think if Postecoglou was 14th and getting beat every week, he'd still be there? Do you think Eddie Howe, if he was 14th and getting beat, would he still be there? No, he wouldn't. So he can't really grumble. No, he's nice at Landshake. Nice at Landshake, 10 million quid.
No. I think the other side of it as well, mate,
spent a lot of money as well.
Is in the summer. In the summer, I would say more United fans wanted him to stay than go. Like more United fans wanted to back him because it did feel like last year there was reasons why the league form was a bit poor. Like you had so many injuries and it was very, very it was extreme. So there was almost excuses, and then the FA Cup kind of cemented that when you had a few players back and you beat City, very well. I think in the summer, if they sack him, there's a few United fans who are probably like, that's not the right way to do it. And whereas now, I think all United fans accept that, come on, you can't, it's not acceptable. It was the right time. So Reece has just put there, what happens if Amorim comes in and says that most of these players can't play his style? I need to bring in another 7 or 8 players. So before you answer that, I would say, I think if you go through the United squad, 90% of them fit his system very well, in my opinion. But go on, you go. Yeah. Like, what happens if he comes in and says, I need 5, 6, 7 players? Do they have to back him again and they have to move players out? Like, some of these players, I think they should have moved out already anyway, but that's by the by. They've got to back him, haven't they? If he's their big decision, like Ineos, that's their guy.
They will back him, but not like they backed Ten Hag. They spent a lot of money, unless they recoup it or they get rid of some players. He might come in and say, right, Marcus Rashford, you might get 100 million for him. So he's an academy player as well. So, but you never know. But a good coach can work with players, and good players can play in different positions. And that's what United have got. They've got a good player who can play in different positions.
What's interesting is, like Reece has just said there, and I kind of agree. When Ten Hag came in, a lot of the same things was said about him. He felt like the right person. He was the young coach in Europe who was doing good things at a different club. His system would suit this, that, and the other. So whilst I understand that point of view, I think the Portuguese league is stronger than the Dutch league. Number one, I think generally speaking,
that is debatable.
I think it is, but then the Portuguese league also, generally speaking, from a player and a manager point of view, tends to correlate a bit better than some other leagues. I think, like even if you just look at United's history of buying players from Portugal, they've all done pretty well. Your Nannies, your Ronaldos, Mourinho came obviously from Portugal as well, not to United, but to the Premier League. Even Anderson came from United, had a good few seasons at United before.
And historically, Dutch coaches have done crap in Premier League.
Yeah, so I gotta say,
sometimes, mate, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah,
it's like you're going out with a bird. You've been going out with a bird for a few. You know what? This isn't working out. It's just not working out.
Yeah,
you just don't work out sometimes. So, not one for trying. Obviously, a good coach. I know he's a good coach because I've looked into his history. Wherever he's gone, he's won. and he's done very well. You know, thought highly of Bayern Munich when he coached there as well. So, you know, he's just got a good pedigree. It just didn't work.
From Ten Hag's point of view, do you, if you
Oh,
were him,
sorry to interrupt. You say it didn't work. He's still got 2 trophies.
that's what I was going to say. So from Ten Hag's point of view, do you think he regrets not going to Bayern Munich when he had the opportunity about 6 to 8 months ago?
No, because then he'd be just giving up on United on what he's doing here. So, no, he'd want to see this through and then maybe move on 4 or 5 years after being successful here. But no one wants to be sacked or to leave a club halfway through a project, a so-called project.
It's one of those things, mate, isn't it? Like, I am genuinely quite excited to see his system in the Premier League, because it's not a system that we see generally teams play. And I'm really excited by it, because I look at the way that the Sporting play and Braga played under him, and I think it's really exciting to watch. It's really interesting. What did you make of Casemiro's performance last night? Rolling back the years.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Had a little bit of more energy.
Imagine that, him and Ugarte playing together, hey? Crazy.
Ugarte looked very good as well, though.
Yes, he did.
I just don't get how he's not played him more. So that's just another thing. He's brought a player in, 50 million player. He's not fucking playing him. He's got centre half and he keeps taking him off. So he brought a centre forward in. He's not been playing in. So all this money that he spent, these players should be straight in, hit the ground running if they're that good. And what's the point in buying them? You're just buying squad players. We don't need that. We need first team, really good players. And Ugarte does look a good player. He just needs to get in the run of things. But it's good. It's a lot of options, but it was a lot more attacking last night. You say that. The first
he just
goal.
took their chances, though, mate. Really?
But first goal top bins. Second goal. The second goal was at a free kick. Its head come off his head. The third goal, he's headed it. It's rolled straight across the goal, and then he's ran across and just tapped it with his left foot. You know, last week, the week before, they were going the other way.
Yeah,
so it's mad how things turn. It just didn't work out, and so.
Well, this is an interesting one. He says, question, I've seen some United fans laughing, saying Ten Hag, 2 trophies, sacked. Arteta, no trophies, still in a job. And he says, for me, Arteta is slowly building something. He's only been stopped because of Pep. And then he follows it up with, do you think that Ten Hag did a better job than Arteta in the time that Ten Hag was at United?
No.
So let me
what you want to do is competing at the Arsenal, Manchester United. All right, cup games, the cup is brilliant. But if you're and Arteta won an FA Cup, but no, it wasn't with his team. He was the manager when he won the FA Cup. So he has won an FA Cup. But no, you want to be competing for the league. And like if it weren't for Pep, Arsenal would have won the league probably twice. They are getting better piece by piece. Although they've got a few injuries, so they're going to have to sort out their injury crisis out. But it happens. People get injuries. It's just how you cope. City have got injuries. Well, they get beat last night playing kids. It's not easy winning things with kids, you know. So
let me play devil's advocate though. Is football? What's the aim of the game? It's to win things, isn't it? Or do you get something for finishing second and needing?
Mate, so I could play for United for 24, 25 years. For them 24, 25 years, he didn't finish below third. And now you're expecting United fans to come and finish 8th, 9th, 10th, 8th, 9th, and win cups. That's the 1980s when Ron Atkinson was manager. We've changed from that. You need to be competing, Champions League stalwarts, competing for the league. Looking, what are we doing here? Just a cup team.
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I was
a far better job, even though Ten Hag's won one more cup than him, the Carling Cup.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm not saying I don't buy into this thing that Arteta is like the second coming of whoever, but I also think he's doing a decent job at Arsenal. But also, I don't buy into this thing of like, he would have won it.
Advocate here. You know, if they kept the manager now, they arguably might have been doing better if they showed a little bit of.
Yeah, if they showed the same loyalty to
Emery,
yeah, 100%.
No, sometimes it just doesn't work, mate. He's gone into Aston Villa, boom, hit the ground running, bash, blah, blah, blah. Gone into Arsenal, it's a bit of a struggle. Da, 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 da. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for whatever reason.
I made a point yesterday, I think it was, on Cardiff, or the day before on Cardiff City World. Like, sometimes a player or a manager or coach or whoever, they'll go to a place and everything is just right. The city, the house they live in, the area, the family settled, the fans. And then sometimes you'll go somewhere thinking it's going to be the right move, and you don't like the place, or you don't like that, and it's just not right. And you could look absolute dog shit at one place, go to a different place, and look amazing just because everything is right. It's just one of those things that sometimes there isn't even like you can't put your finger quite on what it is. It just happens. However, going back to the Arteta thing, I can't buy into this thing that, he would have won stuff if it wasn't for Pep, or it wasn't. Well, Pep is there, and Man City are there, and he didn't win it. So I just don't buy into
the difference. That's the difference between the Jose Mourinho's, the Peps, to the Artetas, and the Pochettinos. Some are bridesmaids, some are winners.
Okay.
Just, you know, you're saying, he's still a very good coach, but
I accept that. Yeah,
a better one with a better team. So, you know, he probably inherited a better team, Pep, and you know he's a better coach, and he brought better players in. So,
do you think Pep wins the league with Arsenal last year with the same players and the same amount of time that Arteta's had? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
No. Now you put Erling Haaland on Arsenal's team, then I'll say Arsenal win.
Yeah, I know. I accept that.
If you swap managers, then no. But if you swap Haaland to someone, then because he's been the difference the last couple of years.
I accept that, mate. That's and I think we've been saying that probably for the last year or so, that Arsenal need an out number 9, someone who's going to score goals in those sort of tough moments and stuff like that. And they didn't sign one, so it kind of is what it is.
It's like a good film, mate, or a good TV show. If you don't get the cast right, it's dog poo. I've just been watching, just going back to, I'm on the week off this week, so I'm just been chilling out. I've gone back to Breaking Bad. You know, great cast. You know, if you don't get the cast right, same with a football team, you don't get the team right, blend right, it's not going to work. Sometimes it's not going to work. That's why sometimes you get amazing cast. You know, that's call them stars. It just doesn't work. For whatever reason. So it just happens. I don't know why. It's important to get that cohesion and that gel and get the right people.
You mentioned Ange earlier. Ange made a bold statement earlier this week when he said he always wins a trophy in his second season. Do you think Spurs will finally win a trophy, whether it's the League Cup or the FA Cup? Do you think they win something under him?
Well, they've got us in the League Cup next, so that they've got to get through us. City are out, so they've got a good chance that they're on the last day. They beat us 3-0. So we always play well at Tottenham Stadium. Well, it's a new stadium now, so don't know how well we do there. But yeah, it's
new manager will be in place as well. But
when people say that, when people say, he's put pressure on himself. No, that's just him believing it, him think that's what he does. So in believing in himself, so that's what he's saying. It's like, Conor McGregor started, he's fucking cocky, he's going to say he's going to knock him out in this, but he just done it. So there's a fine balance of cockiness and confidence. He's just a confident manager, and has he put a little bit of pressure on? Yeah, but that's what he wants. Manager of Tottenham, a big, massive club, 60,000 seat, a brand new, beautiful stadium. Playing at the Capo, he's always going to be the pressure, but if that's what he believes, that's what he believes. You've got to respect that, and I admire it. So, yeah. Enough managers don't say that. When you say, well, I'm not going to win this year. I don't want to win anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like a bit of belief, like in a bit of genuine belief in themselves. I like it. I meant to ask you, mate, how do you feel about Ruud van Nistelrooy being in charge last night? He's going to be in charge for Chelsea, PAOK and Leicester before the new manager comes in the international break. How does that feel as a United fan, seeing Ruud in the hot seat for just a short while?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You always want to see your old top players back at the club in any capacity, but taking the reins. He knows what the club's all about. Says all the right things of what I've heard it, and what a player! I would love to have him now as a player. What a goal scorer! No,
would you take?
There's only one better finisher, and he's probably on par. He's probably a better finisher than Haaland. Believe it or not. I was
just going to say, would you take Erling Haaland now or peak Van Nistelrooy?
Peak Van Nistelrooy. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. He's frightening. He's a big lad as well.
They're quite similar physiques, isn't they?
Yeah. Big lad. But he was lethal, mate. Lethal. Like Haaland is.
Yeah.
But
Van Nistelrooy was one of the first ones I see.
I'm not going to choose a Bertie over a red, am I? Just unheard of.
Van Nistelrooy is one of the first strikers I've seen using like that no backlift when like using a defender to shield it, no backlift and just little curler into the bottom corner. It's beautiful,
frightening.
Beautiful.
It was frightening. And I played with a couple of players like this. You could win 6-0, but he hadn't scored.
Yeah,
grumpy as fuck. Grumpy. They just want to score. Score.
I always remember that goal he scored against Fulham from the halfway line, and he goes around the keeper. Oh, what a finish, mate! And what a goal! I think elbowed him right in the face. Bosh, get off! He's gone. All right then, Van Nistelrooy.
That was against Van that as well.
Was it peak Van Nistelrooy or peak Wayne Rooney?
Wayne Rooney.
Ooh, peak Van Nistelrooy, peak Wayne Rooney, or peak Harry Kane?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney or peak Cristiano Ronaldo?
What, as a centre forward?
Yeah.
If he was peak Ronaldo, he wouldn't be playing centre forward. Be out on the left.
Real Madrid Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo. How can you not? He scores fucking 50 goals a season.
Yeah, okay, I accept that. Ronaldo, like Real Madrid Ronaldo through the middle, or peak Ronaldo 9.
Yeah, R9.
Is R9 the greatest centre forward you've ever seen?
Yep.
So there's no point in me saying anybody else in that position versus him.
Nope.
I do like this game, so I'm going to start it again.
Can't beat R9. Centre forward, absolute frightening. Not many players get a standing ovation when they get took off at Old Trafford after scoring a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then. Lee Sharp or Andre Kanchelskis?
Andre Kanchelskis.
Andre Kanchelskis or Nani?
Andre Kanchelskis.
Nani or early Cristiano Ronaldo, like that first
Oh, wait a
season?
minute. We're still on Andre Kanchelskis. Nani's been fucked off.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Kanchelskis or Ronaldo.
Can't make your own game up.
first couple of seasons, mate. So Ronaldo. Ooh, okay. So that early Ronaldo versus Ryan Giggs.
So when? What early?
Like first 2-3 seasons at United, Ronaldo.
Yeah, he was better.
He was
Go on. At that age. Yeah, he's better at that age.
Trying to think of some wingers now. Ryan Giggs or Ronaldinho?
Ooh, Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho or... Can't think of bloody any wingers. My mind's gone blank. Someone tell me a winger.
Robin.
Iron Robin versus Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho versus Luis Figo.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho versus Harry Kane. No, he doesn't count as a winger, as he can't get in as a wide player.
Anybody used him.
What's the guy who used to play for Chelsea on the wing, on the right for Mourinho? Oh, fuck's sake. I can't remember his name.
Choco.
Damien Duff or Ronaldinho?
Piss off.
Ronaldinho or prime Cristiano? So like prime winger Cristiano.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored fucking 40 goals from wing.
So prime winger Ronaldo versus winger Messi.
Ronaldo.
Okay.
Is that noise?
Fireworks.
Oh, really?
I fucking hate Halloween.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Right outside my house. Hate it, mate. Hate it. But there we go. What can you do? Right. We're going to do some predictions for the weekend.
How did we get on the Super 6 this week?
I did all right on Saturday, and then I completely forgot the midweek ones. For the third week in a row, I forgot the midweek ones.
Really? So let me have a look. Where are we in the league now? Let me have a look.
Well, mate, you should be sky miles away from me because I've missed 3
But
weeks.
you won like 20 points in front of me, though.
Yeah,
giving it out.
I gave you 3 weeks off.
Getting absolute shit, and now you're a bottom feeder again.
Mate, honestly, I just completely forgot about the...
Yeah, don't tell me it was the concussion. I get you, yeah.
Got a bad
memory. My, 10 points behind.
10 points, is that all? Jesus,
yeah,
you had 3 weeks to get a lead.
No, I haven't. No.
3 midweeks I've forgotten. Right. While I load up the Super 6 app, why don't you tell me what the score is going to be between Cardiff City and Norwich City?
Ooh, is that at home?
Yeah.
Top 2-1 Cardiff.
Norwich got the highest scorer in the league. Yeah.
2-1 Cardiff.
I'm going to go with a 1-0 Cardiff. I think clean sheet. 1-0. Come on, the Bluebirds. Right. Should have an announcement over the manager as well in the next day or two. I think he's going to get it till the end of the season. Right. Predictions for the weekend. Liverpool versus Brighton, mate. I have gone 3-2 to Liverpool, just like last night.
2-0.
Bournemouth versus Manchester City at Bournemouth. Bournemouth won a couple of games recently.
Yeah, great. 1-3 City.
They beat Arsenal 2-0, Bournemouth.
Well, we go with fucking Bournemouth then.
No,
yeah, you go with Bournemouth.
I gone 4-2 Man City.
All right. So you just wasted 5 seconds of my life there. Go on.
Forest versus West Ham at Forest.
1-0 Forest.
I gone 2-1 Forest. I've been quite impressed with Forest this year, I got to say. Wolves versus Palace. Wolves on a horrific run.
2-1 Wolves.
Ooh, they're going to break the habit.
Got some injuries. Crystal Palace. Eze went off injured in a week. Hamstring. Someone else went off. They've got a few injuries, them. So I'm going with Wolves at home.
So I was leaning towards Palace and then injuries, and like you say, so I've gone 1-1. 1-0. Spurs versus Aston Villa at Spurs. Off the back of my win at Man City. At home, I've gone Spurs 2, Aston Villa 1.
3-1 Spurs.
Ooh. And then United versus Chelsea. Van Nistelrooy takes charge for a second game in a row. Off the back of the Leicester victory.
I'm going to change it. I've made it 2-0, but I reckon it's going to be 4-2.
To who? Chelsea.
Nah, United.
Well, there's confidence for you. I've gone. I got 2-2. I just think United look a bit ropey at the back still, but once they sort that out, I think they'll be all right. But I gone 2-2 for that game. 3 minutes for my early goal, if you wanted to know. 7, 8 today, is it? Here we go. So just to remind you, I don't want you to forget and feel guilty. My birthday's coming up now, about 12 days time. So
43rd,
43rd, you cheeky bastard. Come on, I'm not as old as you. How old are you this year?
Pardon?
How old are you this year?
42.
You fucking liar.
What?
And you give a straight face. You're not 42. You
I was
liar.
42.
Bullshit.
But
That's like the biggest load of bullshit ever.
2nd and the 4th, 1982. That's my date of birth.
Bullshit. You're not born in 1982. You must think I'm
2nd and the 4th, 1982. Not bad.
bullshit.
You're old for me.
Well,
Look at the fucking. Look at your beard.
Mate, you
Fucking
are not. There's not a
snowing,
chance
look
in
at it.
hell you were born in 1982. 1972.
How the fuck you-
Yeah.
42. 82.
1982. Fuck.
82. I'm not fucking older than you. You mad?
Rhodri Giggs. 2nd of April, 1977. See? Jesus Christ. You'll be 52, mate.
3
That's what
years,
you get. See? Because you can be Googled. Mate. 1982. Jesus Christ. No. There's some good UFC on this week, mate, as well.
Sweet. There's some good one on last week as well.
Yeah, there's some good ones coming up, actually. They got there's that big
Abu
one.
Dhabi. Love it when it's Abu Dhabi because it's normal time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Finished at like 12 o'clock and you're sweet, go to bed.
Yeah, I end up watching them in the morning otherwise. So when's 309? That's like in November, middle of November, isn't it?
You what?
UFC 309 is in the middle of November, isn't it?
Yeah, John Jones.
Do you reckon he pulls out?
John Jones, no.
And that fight takes place?
No.
I hope so. I tell you what's a good fight on that card is Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. That'll be a good one. And Chandler versus Oliveira as well on the same card.
Oh, yeah. Good one. Yeah, sweet. Yes, it's a good one coming up. Mid-November. Back to work next week and then 7 week stint, so then we're off Christmas.
Nice. Another 3 weeks off, is it?
16 days.
Shocking. And UFC 309 on the prelims. Oban's fighting as well. So,
Sweet.
yeah, it'll be a good night, I will. Might do a watch along for that, just for a little hangout and chit chat.
What, at after clock? You mad?
No, it's not. It's not, is it? It's not in Abu Dhabi, is it?
No.
Yeah, but the early prelims will be on earlier, won't they?
What, fucking 1 o'clock?
11 o'clock. Early prelims,
1
they are.
o'clock.
Might just do a
1 o'clock.
No, that's for the prelims. Prelims start at
Right.
1. Main card starts at 3.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Just watch Oban's
Maybe.
fight, mate. That's all. But right, mate. Good to be back. And it's just it was a lot happened in 2 weeks, but it's always a pleasure, mate. You take it easy, and I'll speak to you on the weekend. Nice one to everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribed, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next Thursday in a bit.
Ready,